Hello, hello. Welcome back to Uplifted Beauty. If you're new here, I'm Erin. I am an esthetician and lifestyle blogger. And on this channel, we talk about everything from beauty, lifestyle, skincare, a little bit of DIYs, fashion, and some self-mastery and spirituality. So just a few things. Speaking of spirituality, today I have just a few things I've gotten recently that I've really been loving that I wanted to share with you. Couple oracle decks, as well as a book and just some fun stuff. First up, I have the most amazing incense I've ever smelled in my entire life. So I love incense, but some incense can be just like a little overpowering for me. Traditional incense kind of all have that like similar note to them, which is like, I think more like a sandalwood or something along those lines, like a little warmer, a little heavier. I found these, and I've used Japanese incense in the past and always really liked them, but the notes in this, or the oils that they've used in this, are incredible. I actually gave these to a couple girlfriends of mine, and my one friend was like, "It smells like a man." And I laughed so hard because it actually does. It smells like one of my husband's colognes. Like they're like, almost like smells like Acqua di Gio, or something that's like very fresh and like ocean-like. It's very uplifting. It's nice and light. It's nothing heavy. So if you've smelled incense in the past and have been kind of like turned off by them, or they're just like a little too overpowering, I recommend trying Japanese incense, and specifically these. I don't know how you pronounce it, but the box actually says aqua, but it says you pronounce it kafa. Kafa, it's Ka-Fuh. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. I just know they're good, okay? There are a ton in here. I don't even know like what the quantity is, and I might dump these all over, so let's just give it a shot. But there are so many in here. There's at least 100. I'm not really quite sure how many, but oh, they're so good. Every time I open these, I just like smell the box and I just say thank you, because they're so yummy. They just smell so delicious. I'm obsessed. And my friend Stacy got me on to a new incense holder. So, you know, like traditional incense holders, they're wood, and I don't even have one here anymore because I use this one, but they're usually wood, and then like they kind of stick up like at an angle from the incense burner, and then the ashes just like fall everywhere. I've always hated that about incense burners. So when I saw her incense burner and it looked like this, I was like, I need one of those for every room in my house. So I have bought a few of these, and they're great. They're, number one, like they're so pretty, you know, like it's just like this really pretty neutral, simple decor piece, really. And how you work it is, I don't know if I can do this all with one hand, but let me put this down and then I'll show you. So how you do this is you would light the incense and then clip it to this little clip here at the top, and then it faces downward into the little jar, and then all of the ashes fall down in here and everything stays nice and tidy. I love it. It's like the best invention ever. So get yourself some Japanese incense. These ones are the best. And get yourself this cute little incense holder, and you can just be fabulous, okay? Because it's so good. I love it. Love it so much. Okay, and next up is a book that I've actually had for a while now, but I wanted to talk about it because I reach for it often, and I'll tell you why in a second. But the book is by Louise Hay, and it's You Can Heal Your Life. And I think this is a phenomenal book for every person that has ever walked this earth, because she goes into a lot of just the way that we think, our behaviors, our thoughts, how it all plays into our life. And it actually even further goes into our health and our body and certain ailments that we can develop, because it's really our body's way of saying, hey, like starts out as a tap and then it might end up to be a knock and then a bang. It's like our body will tell us things, and she really gets into that deeper, which I love. And the thing that I keep coming back to about this book is she has a really nice glossary towards the back, and it goes into like numerous different ailments. Like I just opened this up today and it's like pancreatitis, ulcers, all these like different things, even as simple as like a headache or a backache. And she ties it into what thoughts actually can be contributing to that particular ailment. And then she also supports the whole thing with an affirmation that you can speak, that you can write down, that you can start to embrace and start to heal your body, really. And so the book really goes into a lot of examples, a lot of things she's experienced in her life, and a lot of people that she's worked with in just different experiences, different struggles that people go through, and how she really can help you to overcome a lot of that. So this is a beautiful book. It's just, I can't say enough good things about it. Now, Louise Hay is also like the queen of affirmations, bless her soul. She has affirmations placed like multiple times throughout the book, and affirmations are interesting because when I first started doing affirmations, I don't think I was like bought into them, you know, like I wanted to believe them, I wanted to embrace them, and I wanted them to make the kind of impact on me that I know that they had the capability to do, but it takes time. So what I want to just say is give affirmations like a full commitment, because it's going to feel a little awkward at first, or maybe even a little uncertain, because your brain and all the neural pathways that you have grooved in have been there and been etched in from years of thoughts, patterns, beliefs, experiences, stories that we tell ourselves. So in order to build new neural pathways and to really reset certain beliefs and thoughts that you have about yourself or about your life, it takes time. So be compassionate with yourself and have empathy for yourself, and just keep at it like day by day. So I definitely recommend this book. It's just, if you've been curious about spirituality, or maybe you're going through an awakening, or maybe you're going through your 20th awakening, which many of us do, I just think it's something that you can always come back to, and it makes you feel like people can relate to you, and like stories that she shares, like very relatable, and just really empowering and encouraging. So Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. Fantastic book. The next three things I have are all oracle decks. One of them was a gift from a friend, which is this spirit animal oracle, which is really interesting because when my friend Ren gave this to me, I had just really started getting curious about like when you see certain things in nature, like butterflies or bees or a deer or anything, really any animal. I had just started getting curious about that, and I had kind of started looking into like spirit animals and what it means when you see these things. And so it was pretty like spot on when she gave it to me. It was just like absolutely perfect. So I've really been enjoying this deck. It has 68 cards in it, so it's a pretty hefty deck. And actually I use this a couple ways. I've been using it to look up animals when I see them and kind of look up the meaning and like the lesson or what they're here to teach us. And then I've also been using it more like traditionally, like an oracle deck, where I'll do a spread or I'll just like draw one card. But the deck is really big and actually comes in a beautiful box. I'm gonna just show you. It has this like ribbon that when you pull it up, the guidebook comes out, as well as the deck. So I'll give you just kind of a better visual of some of these cards that are in here. Really nice artwork. That one's upside down. But just a really beautiful deck. But I've actually been having to split this deck to shuffle it because it's like, it's a handful, it's a big deck. So a lot to share in there, a lot to learn, and just been really loving this spirit animal deck. And the next two are decks that I bought myself. The first one is the Oracle of the Unicorns, and I've talked about this once before. I've actually done a reading, I think last month in August, I did a reading with this deck. I reached for this Oracle deck a lot. It's just a really nice, light, simple Oracle deck. This is actually a really nice place to start if you're new to Oracle decks, and they're really great for, in general, like becoming a little more introspective or encouraging yourself to think in different ways. The thing is, and I'll say this 100 times, just like I have, is you will never be surprised by a card that you pull from an Oracle deck, because it is a direct representation of your energy. So of the state of mind that you're in the emotional space that you're in, you will always pull a card that is in alignment for where you're at. So I wanted a deck that had the word miracle in it, and I found this one. And I used to love unicorns as a child, and I still do. I think they're beautiful. But I've always loved horses, and so when I saw it, I was like, it's stunning. And the artwork is really, really beautiful in it. And they're just really like simple, easy cards. So maybe you want to spend like 20 minutes to sit down and do a little journaling, and you wanted to just kind of think outside of your current realm of thoughts, and you could reach for one of these cards. I'll just give you a few of the names of the cards just so that you can kind of have an idea. Anger, discernment, dance, compassion, leadership, trust, growth. I mean, you can just see there, it's not an overly complicated deck. So this is one that's also really great for a gift if you don't know where someone's at, maybe in like their spiritual journey or with their spirituality. This is just one that I think anyone would love and appreciate. So that's the Oracle of the Unicorns. And my last deck here is the Fairy Forest. And I was drawn to this one because I just feel a pull towards the fae, the fairy, green witches, white witches. I think it's all fascinating, and it's something that really I feel within. So when I saw this deck, I was like, yeah, I probably need to have that in my collection. And I'm looking down at them now, I have probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 decks now. I have one tarot deck, and the rest are all Oracle decks. I can't say enough good things about Oracle decks. They've really encouraged like some beautiful self-discovery, introspection, just encouraging me to think bigger, higher, even just differently. You know, it just encourages your curiosities, and I just think that's always a really special thing. It's a really good thing to be in life, is to be curious and to think differently than you always have, because it opens up doors, right? It opens up possibilities and different scenarios for you. So this deck is like a little more kind of like, I don't want to say dark, but it's like a little more mystical. It's got some really pretty artwork in it as well. And a lot of these are, they're witches. A lot of them are witches, they're people, they're characters. A lot of these are new to me. Like some of these ladies in here I've never heard of. So it's been kind of fun to like go through and learn new and connect with these different realms in fun ways. So this is the Fairy Forest, and I'll just kind of show you some of what the cards look like. And I'll read just a few of these to you. The Green Witch, Shapeshifter, the Weaver, the Elf Queen, Freyr, the Ancient, elven touch. I mean, they definitely have like just a sweet little mystical vibe to them. Really beautiful deck. And this one has a really nice sized guidebook. So most guidebooks are like smaller and thicker. This one is, I mean, you can see like the size of my hand. It's like a full size of a hand. And so it opens up really nicely. It's just kind of like a mini book versus those little tiny ones. So I really like that feature about this deck as well. So that's what I had for you guys today on these. I do want to mention, I just gave a shiny new price point to all of my courses, all of my online courses. And I wanted to do this so that they can get in the hands of everyone that needs them, to get in the hands of more people. My courses, I'll have them linked below, but Divinely Aligned is my signature course. You can now get that one along with the other 3 courses that I have. I have one on breathwork, I have one on our words being spells, and then I have one on protecting your energy, creating your energy. It's just a really great one. A lot of great rituals in there, practices. But if you're getting new into the spirituality path, or you're getting into more like self-discovery, or just being more connected with yourself, my courses are a phenomenal place to continue that, you know, for introspection. And there's a lot of journal prompts in them, a lot of me helping you to think in new and different ways to open more doors for you in your life. So I'll link those below. You can get all 4 courses right now for $111. And I feel so good about that price point. I had it set higher, and I feel like it's just a nice sweet spot, and more people can bring it into their lives. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and let me know if you have any questions on any of these, or if I can help direct you. But a lot of times you can just find a nice metaphysical store in your local area to get oracle decks. I will link these below as well, but it's kind of nice sometimes to just like see what you're drawn to, like in person. But online is nice because you can read reviews as well. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and thank you so much as always for supporting this channel, and I hope to see you on the next video. Take care.